So
But
that is the situation as
yeah,
of now.
Samir, what I want to know from you is that, of course, the immediate provocation has been the demand for the ST status to the Metis. But apart from that, there are several other factors which, have contributed to the simmering discontent in Manipur. Is it true? And what are those other factors which apparently the political fraternity has not been able to understand?
See, this ST demand is just a trigger point, but over the past few months, there has been an atmosphere of mistrust between the two communities, particularly over a few decisions. In fact, a slew of decisions taken by the BJP-led government over there, headed by N. Biren Singh. First, it has this war against so-called war against drugs, targeting poppy cultivations. So see, to understand that war against drug, this step, the Biren Singh government had initiated during his last term, and it was going on fairly well. And they had several rounds of meetings with the local villagers and all. And this poppy cultivation in Manipur seen a growth after the 2021 coup in Myanmar, because the Myanmarese drug lords, because of this unrest and lots of conflict going on in their territory, they have not been able to access the poppy fields in Myanmar, which is the raw materials for brown sugars, heroin, and other this contraband items. So what they are doing is they are financing farmers in Manipur. And poppy, it's a very resilient kind of plant. It grow very easily, and it yields good profit to the farmers. So many poor farmers, both in Kuki areas, Naga areas, they have taken to this cultivation, poppy cultivation. And and that led to increase of this drug menace in Manipur as well as other northeastern states. So many northeastern states, including Manipur, had started a war against drug. And Biren Singh government had started it during its last tenure, and it was going fairly well. But
Hmm.
suddenly, this term, particularly in early this years, the chief minister has started singling out Kuki community for this poppy cultivation. He was saying that only the cultivation is going on only in three
So, Samir,
dominated districts.
yes, sorry to interrupt you, but there is a war at two levels. One is on the ground, which is fought between the Kukis, the Metis versus maybe the armed forces, and one is a war which we see on the social media. Is that true that the ruling dispensation is trying to communalize the atmosphere, as many people have been saying that, and what is quite visible from the social media? Is that true? That the ruling dispensation is trying to communalize the whole thing, and that has made the
No,
matters worse.
see, may not be after this, not as much after this violence erupted, but as
Right.
I was saying, the sequel of events, if you see, this kind of singling out Kuki community, Kuki dominated districts for attacking, attacking for this poppy cultivation. Then there were few eviction drive taken up in the reserve forest in Kuki areas, wherein few Kuki villages where Kuki houses and churches were raised. So this kind of steps created a sense of ethnic profiling.
Right.
And and the state government subsequently also peddling a narrative that the cookies are there are massive influx of illegal migrants from across the border from Myanmar, though there is no substantive figures or no adequate figures to tell us how many persons actually migrated to Manipur. The figure in Mizoram is around 40,000, and it is believed that most of the migrants had gone to Mizoram because of the closer ethnic affinities. So, but a perception has been pushed that the demographic profile of Manipur will change, and this has created a sense of insecurity even among the Meiteis, who started feeling that they need some kind of protective shield, and
Right.
that's why they push for this ST demand.
Right. Okay.
So
Fine. Uh,
that's